Hey,
Hey,
Bill.
Gene. Gene,
How's it going, buddy?
how you doing, man? Hey,
I'm
we
doing really well.
cool. Me too. We got some exciting things happening in the Bioactive Nexus, don't we?
We
Between
do.
now and the supply side.
We have some very cool shows coming up. The first one is something that I've been interested in addressing for years. That's demystifying biohacking, a very interesting area. We're going to define it. We're going to look at really what that means and what it doesn't mean, and some of the different things that comprise what biohacking is. So I think that'll be a cool show.
That'll be fun. Yeah, looking forward to that one. There's different things that you've probably heard of before, but maybe you don't know what falls under that kind of marketing term, biohacking.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
So we're not going to give it away. You guys have to tune in for the
You
show.
have to tune in for it.
That's going to be next Friday, September 27th, live streaming at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, September 27th, live streaming.
Let's tell everybody about our second show. I'm kind of excited about that one, too. New format.
Yep, new format. So let me do the introduction by just showing this.
Okay. Bill, the Bioactive Breakdown. What, pray tell, is that?
The Bioactive Breakdown. So Gene and I, this is just going to be a series that we're going to do that's part of the Bioactive Nexus podcast. And so Gene and I were talking, and we thought, well, wouldn't it be cool if we really would love to do more of a deep dive on some of these ingredients and the science and so on. So we're going to do our first show. It's going to be Friday, October 11th. And I think the time is, stay tuned for the time. I think it's 10 a.m. Eastern, I believe, for that one, because we have guest panelists joining us for this now.
Yes.
So,
that's right. We got, 3 of them, don't we?
We have 3.
3 guests.
Just to give you an overview, the format of the Bioactive Breakdown, which is kind of fitting, it's a breakdown of a particular ingredient in the science. We're going to deep dive that. It'll be a little bit longer show, and we're going to have 3 guest panelists from the industry to talk about it. So what's our first show going to be about?
It's going to be about the omega-3, just the omega fatty acids.
Fatty acids, yeah.
Predominantly omega-3, but also some omega-7. It's going to be kind of interesting, I think. I think it's going to be something that is going to be very revealing from experts in the field who are going to be able to answer some questions. Yep. We're hoping to learn some new stuff and share some of that with all of you.
And just to tell you who's going to be on the show with us that day, it's Thomas Repstad from Acker Biomarine. Yeah. And then we have Dr. Furkan Barak from Tursis Life Sciences, and then Dr. Derek Tobin from EPAX Norway. So a couple of the guys are joining from Norway. So it's going to be a fun show. We're going to deep dive on the science. We're going to try this out to see how people like it. And if that goes really well, then we'll do more of these in the series, what we call the Bioactive Breakdown.
Well, in a sense, we're really doing that same sort of format for the next show that we're doing, which is going to take place at Supply Side West in Las Vegas. We'll be in the press room. And not 3 guests, we're going to have several guests that are going to come on and tell them the questions we're going to ask those guests.
Yep. And so we have 8 guests already lined up for that show. That's going to be from 2 to 3:30 p.m. in the press room. And each guest is going to come on for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to pose 2 questions for them. First one is, what's your impression of this year's Supply Side West and what stands out for you? And then the second thing kind of got my inspiration from Hot One's chicken wing show, if you've ever seen that, which is what's the coolest thing you've got going on in your organization right now?
That's right. And some of these places have some very cool things. And we got some very interesting guests. Yeah. Some trade organizations like UNPA, like American Botanical Council, and a number of individual companies.
Should we tell them who's going to be on the show?
Sure. No. Why not?
Sure. Why not? Actually, we do have a mix of companies, ingredient suppliers, manufacturers, service organizations. So it's a good mix, which is great. And so, again, we're going to have David Brown from Bright Seed, biotech company. They're doing some really cool stuff. Jacqueline Jock, right? She's ND. She's going to come on and talk with us. Yeah. Yep. And then we have Per Wren from Classido, and they're doing tons of research on prebiotics, so that'd be fun. And then from Radical Science, we have Jeff Chen and Pellin Thorogood, which I think everybody knows who they are. These guys are very active in the industry doing things. And then you have your friend Lauren, right?
Lauren Israelson from UNPA. You know, just back from celebrating 30 years of Deshay at the UNPA members retreat. He'll have some very interesting stuff to tell us about.
Mm-hmm. And Mark Blumenthal from American Botanical Council. No, everybody knows Mark.
Our mutual friend.
Our mutual friend. And then Michael I can't say the last name.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Antonovich.
Yeah, Antonovich. Okay, from VitaQuest. Yeah, so he's going to be there. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be a kind of a fun show. We'll see how that goes. And, of course, that'll be available after that's done. And that'll be on the Thursday afternoon, October 31st at Supply Side West. So that's what's happening between now and Supply Side West. So stay tuned. Again, September 7th, demystifying biohacking. December, what did I say, 27th, right?
27th.
September 27th. Okay. October 11th is our first Bioactive Breakdown series, breakdown where omega fatty acids. We're going to deep dive into the science. And then, of course, Supply Side will be there.
And that's going to be on October 31st, Halloween.
Exactly. On
but
Halloween.
It won't be scary. It'll be interesting and fun.
It'll be all treats. Yeah. All right. That's it, folks. Join us for all those shows that are coming up. We'll look forward to seeing you or hearing from you.
See you there.
See you there.